Okay. I'm Hannah.
I'm Carey.
I'm Zach.
I'm Anthony.
And we're presenting to the WHO
About MRSA.
about MRSA.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
We got the button thing.
Okay. So we're asking the WHO to help us find some sort of way to cure MRSA because there are no exact cures for it as of now. And yeah. Okay.
Oh, so MRSA does not only affect humans, but it affects a lot of animals like dogs and cats and horses and all that. But the main thing is like how they receive it is like through the food and the water. Okay, through the food and water. Because like when you go and you give a dog the food, like if like you're infected and your hand gets on the food, they eat it and like they get it and die. And like
That's a nice way to put it.
yeah. And like if it gets in a big animal bunch, like cows and stuff, if one person, or if like not person, like if one animal gets it, they all get it because it spreads. Alright, that's good. Next slide.
Okay. So
No.
MRSA would obviously be the main issue, and this is because it this is because it does spread so easily. Like it spreads through more than one possibility. Like it's not just one of the things that you go into and you can get it from one thing. You can get it from like playgrounds, you can get it from the gym, you can get it from a locker room, but the main place you can get it from would be a hospital. And when it does spread, well, when you get it, like you get like boils, and this is really gross, but you get like a boil on your skin, and yeah.
I said that MRSA spreads from skin to skin contact, and it also spreads at hospitals like a lot. And it's a deadly disease resistant to antibiotics. Barely any is known to surpass that. And the people usually that's infected usually dies in 72 hours. And people with CA MRSA has an average range of 23. And people who are in the hospital infected with MRSA has an average age of 68. And there's 278,000 cases of MRSA recorded and 17,000 deaths recorded. And sources.
Why is it not on there?
And more sources.
Okay, this was supposed to be before the sources. I don't know why it's like. Okay. But people don't like understand how easily it can be spread. Like many people like at the hospitals get it underneath their fingernails. And so that's why nurses have to keep their fake fingernails short because it can spread really easily. And it's called like also known as a superbug by how much it can be spread. And there's like no way to prevent it. So you need to sanitize and wash your hands. Oh, and keep away from your nose. Because when you touch your face, it spreads a lot.
Okay, so considering the fact that MRSA is a superbug, it means that it is resistant to most antibiotics, which would be methicillin resistant from like the beginning part of its name. And because of that fact, then there's no exact way that we can stop it. The only thing that they are currently doing is keeping things clean, and like when they get a boil, like it depends on what it is. Like you obviously can't cut a boil out of your face, but like if they get a boil, they like cut it out. That's really gross to think about. But anyways, and that's the only thing that they're doing now. But we were thinking that if we looked into it more, that we could possibly create some sort of medication, like a steroid, maybe. I think that'd be a better decision to figure out how we could actually stop it. But if we got people to clean stuff more, like hospitals and gyms and playgrounds and that kind of thing, we could have them clean stuff more to keep it sanitary so that nobody exactly gets MRSA as easily. And then livestock, you obviously can't exactly stop it from getting to livestock, but if we did keep things clean, sooner or later, it would end up stopping MRSA altogether. Like, later on, like, not in the near future, but, like, far, far along. Then we can stop it at some point.
Because it can't live without a virus.
You just gotta make sure to wash your hands and stay clean. Is that it? It's not going in. Okay.
Any questions?
Questions?
Still WHO, right?
Yeah, Olivia.
So,
Wait a minute. You gotta get more.
Guys, oh, hey. If you since you like chose MRSA and stuff, and like you don't think that like the impact will come soon, then like why did you choose it? If like it could be solved so far down the road.
Because it's a big problem. Like, it's deathly. That's not a
Deadly.
word. It's deadly. Like, if you do something. Okay, so MRSA is like a bigger disease, okay? So there's people that do actually get this disease and they do die if they can't figure out an antibiotic to stop it. Like, MRSA attacks people with weaker immune systems, or older adults which would have weaker immune systems, and then children. And that's a problem because if it attacks the children and that continues to happen, we won't have a future.
Better to kill it like early than wait until it gets bigger.
What does MRSA stand for?
Methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus.
How did you remember that?
I couldn't even pronounce those words. Sorry.
Any more questions?
Alright, well,
Go press the red button.
yes.